Is Raft worth it? In this video, I'm gonna give you the facts so that you can make an educated decision for yourself whether or not you should buy this game. Now, in my opinion, the game is fantastic, but of course it has its pros and cons, and we're going to cover these now so you can decide for yourself whether or not this game is for you. So the game came out in 2018, and the game has received multiple content patches throughout the years. So I bought the game way back in 2018, and I played it with one of my best friends, and I immediately fell in love with this game. Now, I am a good sucker for a good open world survival game, and this game takes a very different approach than others because you are on the ocean most of the time. Now, I'm not going to spoil too much of the story, but you will find islands and other areas where you will leave your raft. So the general gameplay is that you are on this raft, and your entire world kind of relies on this raft, and the idea of the game is to try and survive while being afloat on the ocean. It's a very different concept because in most games you go out and look for the resources, but in this game, especially early game, the resources come to you by floating on the ocean. And the reason why you're on this ocean is because the entire world is flooded, and you'll discover how this happened later on in the storyline. Now, what I like about this game is that it doesn't force you to do anything. You have complete control over what content you want to do. You could skip the entire storyline if all you want to do is just float around on your raft and collect resources. The storyline slowly gets added to you the more you progress in the game. So the further in you get, the more resources you collect, you can start unlocking more and more stuff. And by unlocking these stuff, you have access to make new things that then allow you to explore more of the storyline. Now, I'm personally a big fan of the graphics and how this game looks, and the requirement for a PC is actually very low. So even on an older PC, this game will still run smoothly. The gameplay is simple, but it has a very nice progression to it. And you go from humble beginnings, you starting out on your raft, standing on 2 pieces of plywood, to endgame where you can make massive structures. It's almost like a fortress floating on the ocean. And you slowly unlock more and more stuff, which allow you to get more technology advancements later on. You're of course not just on your raft, you also will find islands, and later on you will find platforms, and a number of things also related to the storyline. But you can of course also go underwater. It's also required for some of the advancement later on, since you can gather different materials underwater. But a fair warning, watch your back while you're in the water. If this video is useful or informative to you, all you gotta do is hit that like button as it really helps out the channel. The game also has a great community, and another great thing is that the developers allow you to mod the game. So you can add all kinds of mods to your game, making it even better and more fun. Now the game has 5 difficulties. You have creative, peaceful, easy, normal and hard. But I would recommend sticking to normal, at least for a first playthrough, as this will give you the best idea of what the game really is. Now, just like you advance later on in terms of technology advancement, you also get better and better gear. This means you start off with a scrap hook made of plastic, and later on you will make metal swords, metal spears and also armor. Now, the best thing about this game is the multiplayer. You of course have multiplayer itself where you can join random people and team up with them, but I would highly suggest playing this game with a friend or two. The game is really good by itself playing it solo, but once you invite just one friend, it becomes so much better. I at least always like these kind of games playing with a friend, but that might just be me. But if you like the other open world survival games, like Satisfactory, Minecraft, The Forest, then this game will definitely also be for you. Now the game runs really smoothly, but it can start having some FPS issues once you make your raft so big and add so many items that it can get overwhelmed a little bit. And this is also one of the complaints I have about the game is the FPS issues once in a while once you make a big enough raft. But overall, this game is a lot of fun, especially if you add in a friend or two. Now, it probably won't be a game you will play for 400 hours and have as a main game you play every single day, but you can easily get 30 plus hours of really great gameplay in it. I personally have 60 hours in it because I've played it multiple different times over the years. It takes about 20 to 30 hours to get through the entire storyline, but since they are still changing the storyline and the overall game quite often, this game can easily be replayed every 6 to 12 months, and the gameplay and storyline will feel new enough that you can easily play it once again. So now I've given you my personal opinions about this game, and now I want to hear yours. Let me know in the comments down below, what is your experience with this game, or games like this? Do you like playing open world survival games like me? This is definitely in my top 3 of survival games, but I want to know what you guys are thinking. Let me know down in the comments below. If you want to see more from me, check out one of the videos on the screen now, as I think you really like them as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.